Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Shannon, and today we will be doing a practice themed around authenticity and alignment. So I am recording this at the beginning of the new year, and of course you can do this anytime, but those words keep coming to me when I'm thinking about this year. So, when we are living in our authentic truth, we will just naturally come into alignment or balance. So our mantra today will be, I am constantly striving towards authentic alignment. I strive for authentic alignment. Now I will be using 2 blocks today, and these blocks will help with alignment. You don't have to use blocks, but they do help with support. A lot of times when I first get up, I'm pretty stiff, so I like to use blocks in the morning. But again, you do not have to use blocks, and you can still do this practice. So let's start in this easy seated pose, placing our hands on our knees, shutting our eyes, becoming aware of our breath. I strive for authentic alignment. Let's take a full deep breath in through our nose and a gentle sigh out. We'll start with some circles, moving our spine around. You can feel free to move your head any way that feels good. A lot of times in our lives, we are doing things because we think we are supposed to, or we have been conditioned to do certain things. Let's switch directions. But sometimes we will become aware that we are not really in alignment with what we authentically want to do or be. So it's always good to check in with ourselves and our habits to notice where we may be out of alignment. Now we'll pause and center. Let's let our right ear fall towards our right shoulder and take our left hand behind our back. So the back of our hand is resting there. Maybe pulling our elbow back slightly as we relax our head. And release. Let's do that the other way. Relaxing our temple and our jaw. Gently pulling that elbow back. Feeling this alignment of our spine. And release. We're going to turn on all fours, grabbing your blocks if you have them. Coming into a tabletop pose with our knees under our hips, hands either under our shoulders or a little bit forward with the blocks. And we're going to start with some big circles. Once again, just moving your body any way that feels good. You can move your head around. Sometimes we have to loosen our grip on things in order to realize that we may be out of alignment. Let's go the other way. So in some of these poses like this movement, we're sort of loosening our grip and doing whatever feels good. And we'll pause and center. Let's take our right leg, keeping our knee bent, flexing our foot. We're going to bring our leg up and around and down. So doing these big circles, taking our awareness to our hip and our leg and our low back. And let's go the other direction. So you think about when a car is out of alignment, how things just don't run properly. So this is really a call to, think about your intuition when you can tell something is off. And that is your little sign that you may be out of alignment in some area of your life. Now let's take that leg and bring it all the way to the outside of our left leg. Now we're going to come back, and you have lots of choices here. You can place your block behind you and sit on your block, or you can come back and sort of sit on your right leg, or you can sit between your legs. We're going to get a nice hip stretch here. So you decide which alignment is best for you. Never judging yourself, always honoring how your body feels. Softening down and breathing. And very slowly release. Let's unwind our legs, move our hips a little bit. We're going to do that on the other side. So taking our left leg, keeping our knee bent with our foot flexed, coming up and around. You also may notice in your life at times when you aren't being authentic and it just doesn't feel right. Maybe playing a role, playing something that you have outgrown. Let's switch directions. So always striving for that authenticity, which will help bring us into that balance and alignment. Now let's take that leg to the outside. And once again, this side may feel differently. So you may want to sit on the block, even if you didn't last time. You may want to come back on your lower leg, or you can bring your feet apart and slowly fold forward for this nice deep hip stretch. Softening your jaw. And very gently release. Let's unwind once again. Coming back into that tabletop, and take our right leg, lifting it up, looking up, and then rounding, pulling our knee towards our nose. We're going to do a few of these cat-cows with our leg. The other thing we do in yoga is we align our breath with our movement, which helps us stay in this present moment. Next time your leg comes up, let's pause. So anytime you're feeling out of alignment, you can always return to your breath as well. Now we'll slowly bring that leg to the outside of the block. We're going to turn the blocks on the higher level and bring our body forwards and backwards. So those blocks are just giving us a little support, keeping us a little bit higher. And then we'll pause with our knee over our ankle. Let's tuck our back toes, lifting our knee up, pulling our legs together, squeezing our glutes. Maybe moving your heel a little bit forwards and backwards. And then we'll pause in this runner's lunge and tap our knee, our back knee, up and down. And release it down all the way. Top of the foot is on the mat. We're going to let our right knee fall to the side as we bend our elbows, reaching our chest forward, to come a little bit deeper into this hip stretch. And very slowly release. Let's bring our leg back, coming back into that tabletop, and we'll do those cat-cows with our left leg. Inhaling up, exhaling as we round. Next time your leg comes up, pause, hold, and breathe. And then we'll slowly place that foot on the outside of the block, bringing them to the higher level so we can move forwards and backwards. Now we'll pause with our knee over our ankle, tucking our back toes, lifting that leg up, moving our heel a little bit forwards and backwards, feeling our muscles engaged in our legs. Now let's pause and tap that back knee up and down. Now we'll drop it all the way down. Top of the foot is on the mat. And let's let that left knee fall out as we bend our elbows. Inside of the foot comes up. You decide how deep you want to go into this stretch. And very gently release. Let's drop our blocks to the lower level. We're going to come up into a downward facing dog, tucking our back toes. Now you can feel free to bend one knee at a time, looking right and left, or you can have your heels reaching towards the mat and move your hips a little right and left. Again, just finding any movement that feels like it brings your body into alignment. Maybe bending your knees feels good. Maybe moving your hips feels good. And then we're going to pause, pressing our chest towards our thighs, and then reaching our heels back, pressing through the base of our fingers and breathing. And 5 times, we're going to bring our shoulders forward and tap our knees on the mat, and then come back. So as you reach your heels towards the mat, you feel that stretch in your calves, going slowly. Feeling the strength in your arms. And this last time, we're going to drop our knees all the way down. Tops of the feet are on the mat. We're going to come into a child's pose, but bring our left arm through. So we're looking to the right. You can keep your right arm on the block. Noticing your heart beating. And let's switch sides. So bringing that right arm through, softening all parts of your body. And release. We're going to press our way up and take one of our blocks and place it on the side of the mat near our feet. And the other block we're going to keep on the mat. Let's tuck our toes. We're going to come into a forward fold. So our feet are shoulder lengths apart. Let's bring the block to the higher level, dropping our body down and bending one knee at a time as we're holding the block with our hands. And then we'll pause, bending our elbows and just really letting our body hang. So your forehead is sort of reaching for the block. Probably won't touch. Mine isn't touching. Just letting your body slowly come down. Now you may want to bring your block a little bit forward. We're going to go into some halfway lifts with our fingertips on the block. So inhaling up, flat back. Exhaling down. We'll do 4 more. Now on this last one, pause, feeling the strength in your back. And then release back into a forward fold. We're going to take that block to the outside of the mat like the other one and gently roll all the way up. Hands to heart center. Let's pause here, feeling grounded, taking a few breaths. I strive for authentic alignment. Now we're going to bring our right foot forward, our left foot back, coming into a warrior 2 stance. So your foot is somewhere aligned with the middle of your left foot. Let's bring our arms up. We're going to bend our right knee and come up and down a few times, following our breath. Now we'll pause in our warrior 2. Shoulders are over our hips, feeling our strength and stability, but balancing that with a softness and an ease. Now let's straighten our front leg, bring our left arm behind us, reach our right arm up, stretching up and over, maybe shutting your eyes, engaging both of your leg muscles. And release the arms back to parallel. Now we're going to go into triangle. So this is where you might want to use your block. We're going to lean towards our front leg and rotate down. This is when you can find your block and place it on the higher level or any level that makes sense to you. But we're finding this alignment, so we're making a triangle between our body, our front leg, and our front arm. So notice that your weight is through your legs and you're not putting your weight through your right hand. You're reaching that left arm up. And then we'll slowly windmill that arm down. Let's take the block to the inside of the foot with the left hand on the foot, reaching that right arm up into revolved triangle. Same thing, noticing your weight through your legs more than your hand. And gently release. Let's bring the block in between our legs, bring our feet parallel with our hands on the block. We're going to come down into a forward fold. Maybe you place your forehead on the block. And slowly release. Let's pick up our left toes, turning them to the left so our heel is in line with our right foot. We're going to take this block and put it on the inside of our leg, bending our front knee so we can slowly come up into that warrior two once again, moving in and out a few times. Now you may want to check how far away your legs are. I think I'm actually going to bring my back foot a little bit closer. That feels better for me. And then we'll pause in warrior two. Now let's slowly straighten the left leg, bring the right arm behind us, and reach that left arm up and over. Maybe shutting your eyes. And release our arms to parallel. Let's lean towards the left leg so we can come down into triangle, maybe finding that back block for your hand. Engaging your legs as you reach that right arm up. Weight through your feet. And then we'll slowly drop that right arm down, maybe bringing that inside block to the higher level as we reach our left arm up into revolved triangle. And very slowly release. Let's move the back block off the mat and come back into that forward fold. Maybe this time you want to bring the block back a little bit with your hands on it as you let your forehead fall. And then bring the block a little bit forward so we can slowly heel toe our feet together and bend our knees, coming all the way down. We're going to come down on our backs. So done with the blocks, you can place them to the side. Let's slowly roll all the way down. Straightening our left leg. Let's clasp our right shin, bringing our knee towards our right shoulder. Pulling with our arms. And we'll guide that knee to the left. Excuse me, opening up our right arm, looking right, getting a gentle twist. And very slowly release back on your back. Let's straighten our right leg, clasping our left shin, pulling our, this is called knee to chest, but it's really knee to shoulder kind of, because you're pulling your knee out. Really relaxing your face, your low back, your legs. And then we'll slowly guide our knee to the right, taking your time. And release on your back. Let's grab our knees in our hands and do some gentle circles. And circles the other way. And then we'll pull our knees wide. So we're relaxing our legs and our arms are just gently pulling our legs out and down. Pressing our tailbone down so we're flattening our back on the mat. Maybe you feel your shoulder blades pressing down. Relaxing your jaw, your face. And slowly release. Let's hug our knees in, giving ourselves a final little hug, squeeze. And then we'll release down to a short final Shavasana. So toes are falling out, palms facing up. Let's completely soften and relax. Now we'll find a little movement in our fingers and our toes. Bending one knee at a time as we slowly press our way up to a seated position. With our hands on our knees, sitting up nice and straight, feeling very aligned, shutting your eyes. Taking this moment to notice how you're feeling in your body, in your mind, emotionally and spiritually. I am striving towards authentic alignment. We'll take one final deep breath in and a gentle sigh out. Let's bring our hands to heart center, bowing our heads, giving ourselves gratitude for showing up today to practice and come home to ourselves. The light in me honors the light in you, and together here now and always, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate all of your support. I want to take this moment to thank you for subscribing to the channel, for liking the videos, and for leaving your comments. I read all of them, I reply. I really appreciate it. So I'm wishing you a very happy new year, or whatever time of the year it is you're watching this. And I hope you continue to stay in your authentic alignment. I hope to see you soon. Have a beautiful day.